Hello, welcome back to Blackjack. I'm Blackjack Gaviani, and as you may have noticed, I'm a pretty big Pokemon fan. Gee, I wonder why I could have given that away. And you may know this Friday, in fact, will mark the 30th anniversary of the series. I first heard about it when I was in high school. I am very old, and with the 30th anniversary, we'll almost certainly get the vaunted 10th Generation. And I have some big thoughts about the 10th Generation, or just what I want to see in the games in general, and one popular demand that I don't want. We will occasionally be hearing my co-host Athena, but she will not be appearing on screen, so in no particular order. You ever notice the series is a little top-heavy? Please set a region in the Southern Hemisphere. Oh my god. You want to know how many out of all the dozens of regions we've had in main and side games take place in the Southern Hemisphere? 1. New Snap's Lental region is effectively the Galapagos Islands, and that's it. Unless you want to count that one card game puzzle continent region that may be parts of South America. You don't do a region like that, come on. I say it's high time. Australia has been bandied about for a while, but if you do Australia, it cannot be a single region. Australia is massive. Wherever it is, just please. Southern Hemisphere. Number 2, an actual evil team. Now, you know me. I love Pokemon villains. I have a Discord server for them, which you can join in the description. A lot of people will tell you, just want to get this out of the way first off, a lot of people will tell you that we haven't had any evil villains in years, and those people are weak. Anybody with a brain currently located inside their skull will tell you that we've had plenty of evil villains in recent games. They're not affiliated with teams. Well, for the most part, Kamado was the boss of his team, but everyone there was essentially, dude, what the fuck at his plan. Even Benny, a man who heavily implies that he's killed for Kamado before, tells me to go up in there and stop him because this is a step too far. But yeah, we've had a lot of really great villains lately. Volo, Sada, and Turo, because having a robot assistant who tells you that your plan sucks and will get everyone killed does not constitute a team. I guess the Loyal 3 are kind of an evil team. Pecharunt is kind of their boss. I don't really count that. What we haven't had is an evil team. I'd say the last ones we had were Aether and Skull. And yeah, Skull was the start of the more lighthearted teams, but they were party to a kidnapping. Ever since then, we have Macrocosmos, who would count as an evil team if the game ever actually paid attention to the stranglehold they have on the gallery economy, but it doesn't. Yell, who isn't evil, but they're still not exactly great, what with trying to get people to drop out of the league through sheer annoyance. It's just still better than a lot of sports hooligans in real life. The Misfortunes, who steal clothes, and one dog, which is, it ended up backfiring on them hilariously. Star, who wasn't evil at all and ended up being good guys who got villainized for standing up for themselves, something I unfortunately can relate to, and so can a lot of people. And the Kitakami Yogurt Clan, the game doesn't even pretend to pass off as bad, and in fact doesn't play into the plot at all. So, as much as I love and appreciate the solo villains, we really should have an actual evil team again. Number 3. And I just kind of want to go off on a little tangent here because it's not really a high priority for me, but I think the reasons they've given for not doing it just don't wash for me. An evolution. It's been 4 gens. Give us something. They claimed in notes found in the big leak that they were planning a flying type, but their design was similar to a fan art. But 1, what were they doing looking at fan art? They should know better than that. And 2, Considering all the fan evolutions out there, of course they're going to resemble some fan design somewhere that's just playing the numbers. Just redesign it. It's not rocket science. So yeah, an evolution isn't actually high on my priority. I just feel like their reasons for not having more just don't make a whole lot of sense. 4. A pseudo that isn't dragon type. Come on, it's high time. We all like Metagross, right? We all like Tyranitar? Whatever happened to those days? Why is it oops all dragons now? As much as I love Tyranitar, let's do one that's not even a reptile at all. 5. Returning quality of life features. I feel like some things are here to stay, like being able to switch your team from your phone and having an easy access map without having to consult an item. But things like the goddamn shiny chime really need to be a series mainstay and not just relegated to games with legends in the title. And let us pin the minimap to North without needing a freaking DLC for it. Oh my god. 6. Parrots. But Blackjack, we just got a parrot, so we got dogs in Galar and got a shit ton of dogs in Paldea. We just got a special dog in Hisui and still got more dogs later that year. So let's just enjoy the ride. Birds, birds, birds. 7. This is probably the least likely, but let's lay off the battle gimmick. Go back to just battling. Maybe have another gimmick like bringing back contests or a similar out-of-combat thing. But having every region have its own super special superpower just doesn't make any sense. 8. It's really nice seeing Pokemon out in the overworld. And I like that they have some personality. But I think we can go further. Let's see them interact with each other. I want to be looking at a biome here, and I want to see critters running around, not just standing in groups or by themselves. Give me environmental interactions, too. Take a cue from Snap from all of these things, 9. Some way to set difficulty without having to reset the whole game or treat it like a new game plus. Maybe that last gym leader was a little too hard. Maybe we can knock it down a notch, or heck, up a notch. Have it increment over time, no matter what. Still got to have a game in there. Got to make sure we're actually playing and not treating like a novel with pictures. Though on that point, 10. Story quality is paramount. This is, after all, a JRPG series. Every time I see someone comment, "Oh, you paid attention to the story," I want to shake them. Like, dude, bro sis, you are playing a story-heavy genre. A Final Fantasy game would break you in half. But make it a damn good story with appealing characters. I felt like the Scarlet and Violet friend group were genuinely friends, even though they bickered. Meanwhile, the ZA friend group had zero chemistry with each other or with me, and one of them actually treats another like crap, and we're supposed to buy that they can even stand to be in the same room as each other? Well, please, take notes from Scarlet and Violet, which won the, what was the name of that magazine? I have a script in front of me, but I'm ad-libbing this line. Famitsu. It won Famitsu's award for story that year. Take the genuine emotional impact, take the depth of character, take the interplay, though lifting something from ZA, take the weird and wild and wacky townsfolk. Oh my god, I haven't seen random dialogue like that since the Almia region. It was magnificent, and I wish talking to the actual cast was that much fun. 11. Some of these points I am going to sort of slide into similar points. 11. More evolutions for prior Pokemon. More regional forms, more convergent evolutions, all of that. And you know what? Give Jinx an evolution. Seriously, it's been 30 years. It's not like they've tried to pretend Jinx never existed. They've been in later games. I ran into one in Pokemon Go just the other night. So we know they don't have a problem with Jinx being in the game, so why not give them an evolution at long last? Go for it. Go full Yama Uba or full Valkyrie or Pop Star, or combine those concepts. While you're at it, how about we get a regional form for a legendary? Maybe and I'm just spitballing here, Shaman with new flowers? 12. Let us look a little older. In Legends ZA, it feels like we're supposed to be in our 20s, but we don't look much different than we have before. And in Legends Arceus, Silene guesses that we're 15, but we look identical to Dawn and Lucas, who are 11. Depending on the story, I can understand a cap, but maybe move that cap to something like 25. Still a reasonable age to go out and find yourself without bringing in the lower back pain jokes. I'm actually having some pretty bad lower back pain right now. 13. For that matter, give us a little more customization. ZA did a great job with the wardrobe and letting us tweak the face. How about body types, heights? Tomodachi Life is letting us be non-binary now. Surely Pokemon could have us referred to with neutral pronouns. The Chuds will hate it, and that's even better. Anything that makes them angry is something that means we're on the right track, after all. And pronoun options would be the easiest to implement, since you wouldn't have to tweak the outfits, like you would with body type changes. I've seen how Pokemon Go handles that, and sometimes it ain't good. It's also not Game Freak, and a few years ago, maybe they could implement those better. Another customization option we could get would be hairdos of characters from other games. I know they are adding, different things now, but it's all characters from the same game, you know? If I want to walk into a boutique and say, give me the Cynthia, I should emerge from that salon with luscious, knee-length hair that will never get dirty no matter how many times I dodge roll. But wait, you really can't do that in the traditional games, can you? Okay, so then number 14. I guess this next one may never come to the dual games. So, the kind where you get two versions of it. So far, it's only showed up in Legends. But let us move around when we're in battle. And yes, I know that may seem this is conflicting with my previous statement about getting rid of battle gimmicks, but that was not the gimmick in ZA. Mega Evolution was the gimmick in ZA. Let us be part of things. Let us get hit by attacks. It makes everything feel more real and gives us an active role. The combat in Legends ZA was damn near perfect. Just, put a better story around it. And, it leads into my final one, which is a reiteration of one we have already covered, a damn good story. I am emphasizing that so hard. Compare me playing Scarlet and Violet with me playing ZA. The combat was more fun in ZA, but I need characters I can care about. I need a plot that resonates with me. Something I can feel invested and engaging with. Something that makes me think about more than the events of the game. I want to have something more than a little, this is fun at the time high. I want a story that sticks with me after I turn the game off. And now for something I don't want. Obviously, there's a lot of things, but there's one in particular that a lot of the fan base not only clamors for, but considers necessary for some reason. They'll harp on about it being industry standard, but so? Anyway, and some of you may be shocked to hear this from someone who does this, but I do not want voice acting. Maybe effort noises, like in Legends, or or stuff like when talking to NPCs, like in some of the Zelda games. Maybe a vocal part for musicians, I can give that. But no fully voiced games. Part of that is I think it would be distracting. I don't think it would help the presentation at all, and it would be jarring in many cases. Another thing is, We've seen this fan base. Remember the death threats against the staff for cutting the Sword and Shield decks? How more than one person lobbied false assault charges against a staffer that they'd never even been in the same country as. And we've seen what happens to voice actors in games that people decide they don't like. The voice actors didn't write Last of Us 2. They're not responsible for the weird plot decisions. But they got the brunt of the hate. They got death threats. They got assault threats. Actors, live action ones as well as voice actors, get threats for playing villains because douchebags insist that they must hold the villain's views. Voice actors get hate for wanting better working conditions. And I do not trust the idiots of this fandom to not make any actors like the living hell just because they're bound and determined to pre-hate any Pokemon main series game. The only real argument I can see in favor of voice acting is for accessibility. But I've literally never heard anybody cite that. Everything is always so keeping up with the Joneses. All arbitrary standards that they make up and demand Pokemon adhere to. It's so trend-chasing and shallow, and no game should be told they have to compromise their artistic vision to keep up with weird demands. So yeah, maybe that's just me being old. You know, I grew up on the frickin' Super Nintendo. The lack of voice acting did not affect our ability to bond with characters. That was my list. And I want to know what you all think. And we'll see it on Friday, won't we? Friday at, 6 a.m. my time. God. I'll, see you at ass o'clock then. Until next time, I'm Blackjack Aviani, and in the meantime, I'm going back to Paldea.